Let us protest to push the message to those people, and we get the impact. I want them to feel the impact. I want them to feel the pain that we go through. Those people don't buy fuel. They don't buy medicine. They don't pay school fees. They don't do anything. Everything is on a silver platter. Sometimes I even wonder, they have to be given each and everything. You go to Chikubo. When you look at the roads, the rubbish around you, the city is very dirty. It's very small. It's very smelly. The roads are very shabby. Everything, but they exploit them. They pick taxes from them. They imprison them. Everything is. I think right at the moment, for me, what I was suggesting, you should also devise plan B. One we are dealing with the Labour government, that's going to blank. And even if, for me, who's talking right now, I've seen many people contact me in my inbox. I don't reply in inboxes, but I know their intention is maybe to this and this and that. But however, we should try to plan B. The radical approach is also paramount. You see the Kenyans to get those goals. They went astray from peaceful to something that can be felt on the ground. At the moment as I speak, even their president has declared, I think in the last 6 hours, that anyone who is willing to go outside the country to work, the government is going to sponsor them. Do you know why? Because they protested and it went to the mantle, it went to that ready marrow of Uhuru and the government. So I also suggest that this time around, if we are going to do something, let us be assertive. Let them feel the pain. You don't know what it means to go. For me, my Nalongo, when we are going to deliver, she couldn't deliver normally. So I took her to Grade B hospital in Entebbe. Grade B hospital in Entebbe, that's the government hospital. By then, the doctors were, I think, rioting. The doctors told me, you either lose 2, 1, or 3. You know what that means in the hospital? And they told me point blank, you know what, Franco? You will need 3 million on the table to operate this lady. Either you lose 1, 2, or 3. These are my first borns. This is my first family. You know what I'm doing. I'm just 28 years. I'm not working anywhere. 3 million. I have to look for 3 million. It's a government hospital for them to be operated on. I had to, every time to talk money. When your lady is crying, is crying, and the doctor and the administrators want 3 million. Or if you lose 1, 2, or 3, these are twins. These are boys. Doctor flat screen police. Have a police station just down there. For those people who have been to Entebbe, you know what I'm talking about. Why? I called back in the village. Ngayo Yolande ofune sente ojja abantu bo mu ddwaliro. She had given up. But remember, I'm one. I have to move here and there, go back to Jinja, do this. Paka unaita senezeka kumeza. Yene magambo mu afa. Temuva wano. Mu ya tentegeza, that's the radical approach I told the doctor. If I lose 1, even if just a fingertip, no one is living here. We are all dead. I told them point blank. They never knew what I had. I told this because I'm even crying, Now I'm sleeping in the twins that side. I've come back to the sitting room. The corruption in Uganda has eaten us up, Even the humanity is nowhere to be seen. I used to see my dad, people could even sleep, uncle, he has just come to pass to go through. But these people are very callous, they don't care. Even the profession that we think that they understand. I told him, I'm a teacher, we don't care. You will lose 1, 2, or 3. Frank, you're not the first one. People die every day. You couldn't feel people crying. When you go to that hospital, it's very filthy, it's very smelly. There's even no running water. No running water. You know what I tried to mean? And the government hospital, where she has been doing antenatal. So I have every right. Let me tell you this. I have every right to demonstrate the way I want. For me, I want to go your things, my peaceful. It's my peaceful. That's why I don't come on the ground. I need the second approach. These people have to pay for what they did to us. Simple.
So I really feel that whenever I hear those stories, and I know many of our Ugandans are sharing the same pain, at least they have had a story of that kind. But nevertheless, Richard, you asked whether we have plan A, B, C, and D. Yeah, my brother, I want to assure you that we even up to Z. When we had just started, many people didn't believe in us, okay? They were discouraging us. The dictator has 8 years. But just, it is not even 2 or 3 weeks in the course of action, and you've seen the tremendous efforts that have come on board. And I believe that we are one step in the right direction. We've just started,
let me tell you.
And there is plan A is there, which is what we are executing. There is plan B, there is plan C, up to Z, by the way. For us, we shall not relent, okay? We shall not relent.
Okay.
And I believe that everyone, because like I've told you, I've been consistently saying that revolution is not bought one day. And many people don't even understand that this is a revolution. They think it's a mere demonstration. But I want to tell Ugandans right here and our listeners that this is a revolution. It is it's not about to stop, okay? It has just started, and you are soon to see very many things. And we are going to squeeze this regime until they will give up our power. It is not their power, it is our power. In Museveni, much as is a power sucker, he loves power, okay? But what he loves is our power. We allowed him to prevail over us, so we need to get our power back. So, Dr. Mongadi.
Well, I was listening to, is it Richard? Richard, I have gone through the same story like you, and trust me, one way to survive some of those things is to have a relationship with either a teacher, a doctor, a lawyer, a policeman. You know, you end up creating a relationship with too many people who all will pick money from you. For me, I have my brother heading surgery in Malago, but my son needs a hip replacement. My brother has gone ahead telling me it's going to cost you about $10,000. But still, we can work it out. And he's not lying. He's telling me, yes, when I'm going to work, I'll lead a team that you must pay. Of course, for me, I know what it costs. And if you don't act, this boy will lose this leg. This boy is getting lame. And you caught up there. And so we spend a lot of money. Being in the diaspora creates enmity at home. Because the money you send, you want accountability. You think they're lying. You think they're not telling you the truth. But what are you going to do with this money? It hurts. But the pain is real. And it is that pain that makes you get propelled. It's that pain. And like for me, I keep telling people that ever since I came to the diaspora, I have changed seriously that I am ready to do anything. Because we are abused, we are harassed, we are enslaved. We work. Think about me who has been in America and I've worked for 9 years and I wake up at 3 a.m. every day. At 3 a.m. I've hit the hospital. And there's no negotiation. And you make money that you don't see because the system is such that they have built it that they will borrow you a car. I mean, America, if you want to drive a Mercedes-Benz, they'll give it to you. So everything is a contract. And so they know this man has come from Africa, he's making money, it's our money. The phone system, you find it in the house, electricity is in the house, water is in the house, everything is here, and you will use it, whether you want it or not. Well, I refuse to use water. I don't know where the water comes from. It's on the bill in the house. Hot water, I don't even boil it. If water comes from somewhere, it's not like in Uganda, say, I'll switch off the heater today. They just send you hot water, and you'll pay. The phone is a contract you have signed, so you either use it or pay the bills. In fact, it's just a contract on the house that you have phone, so you're not going to say, I'll put this in this MBs. No, it's a contract you have signed. So there's a lot of pain being in the diaspora that some of us are worried that you, after 9 years or maybe 10 years, what do you take home? And by the way, the people at home, you tell them you want to build, once people know that you're in America, oh my dear, even a casual laborer will steal from you. So you're just stretched. But like I've said, all of us have tasted this. The person in school, when the school begins, bring a ream of paper. Medical, the school now does even medicals for you. I saw today, somebody I think mentioned it, a school organizing a trip to Israel. Then they learn. If my child has gone to Israel and comes back, and that becomes a law. We bought buses. I don't know how many buses I bought for schools. We built schools. I don't know how many bags of cement. I don't know how many beds I bought for schools. Oh, this is corruption. And so corruption has lived with us, and if anybody does not regret, is not ready to fight it, that person needs to be in a mental institution. Medicine that I know, yes, you can't save life minus even blood, which is donated. Let somebody tell you, I'm going to Nakasero to pick blood for you. You'll pay. Oh, donated blood, and they say, this blood is here, but we need to buy something, you know. I saw somebody die of a snake bite because people could not release just heparin from a blood bank. The person died. And so corruption is painful. And if you're not ready to fight it today, and like I'm back to tell you something here that go back and just tell whoever you invited, whether it was Babylon, just send him DM, please join us. Let them come. It's not making a show and you disappear. Let them come because it is important. It is corruption we're all fighting religiously. Invite them, send them DM. All know, and we need numbers. That's why we need everybody. The issue is corruption and established value. That's what we call it. What is the established value? The established value is fighting corruption. Look at our elections. The election, it is fierce outside there. Whoever does not feel it, that person is not a Ugandan. And my friend from Kenya who says he traveled. Me, I used to travel. I used to run a small sports club in Tororo, and I would carry children to Mombasa to where. But you bribe both on the Kenyan side and the Ugandan side. People even just create a case for you to hold you accountable, to make money out of you. And so, for me, corruption is almost a religion. It's now a religion. It has replaced religion in Uganda. It's something people worship. It's a service. People even define it as service for a service. Service me, I service you. Driving, the policeman just carry. You see those policemen at roadblocks. He raises the hand for you, push the hand down. Who hasn't driven in Uganda? Those who are driving. You know what happens. The policeman will just raise a hand like this for you, and now your hand passes down. Anyway, good evening for me, and good morning, I'm sure, for you guys. Keep pushing.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doctor. We're going to bring in Clinton. Clinton, can you speak to us?
This is indeed a revolution. Some of us sleep, wake up, begin from there. Ooh, oh my God. When I look at the milestone, I look at the kilometers. We need to walk. Because some of our colleagues can speak things and you feel like, where have we been for all these fucking 40 years? We would have stopped this from the year one. But guys, we have, 10,000 kilometers and we're just walking. But the good news is we will reach no matter what. We will reach. That's a good news. Because when someone speaks about the hospital, when someone speaks about the traffic officers, the police, when someone talks about corruption at LOC1 level, when someone speaks corruption, where at the Uganda immigration, is it internal affairs? Someone speaks corruption. Oh my God. I'm looking for jobs in the government, and I think I see that at Gen Z. It's a big war. It's a small start and a big end. Is that all these areas, they must be touched one by one. After Speaker stepping down, we will take another step. Because guys, I keep saying, it's not just a matter of Speaker must resign. Just take a look. Just take a look. Do we need, the question still, like, are we working toward the Speaker must go? Oh, in my simple analysis, sometimes you try to look at where to keep your eyes off and where to keep your eyes open around you. You try to balance and also try to compare. And trust me, brothers, there's nowhere to compare. No, there is where to compare, but there's nowhere to hide. You go to the LSC1 level and you want a letter. For example, you want a letter like maybe you're going to apply for passport and you have to pay. You have to bribe. But the free service has done very much good to make sure that the corruption has gone beyond the red line. And everyone is that at his level or her level, according to where they are, what they eat, where they sleep, they are feeling the same parasite. This is pandemic. The corruption in Uganda is now pandemic. It's a pandemic. It's no more something small. Because when you look at its level, so I think that we have a big work to do of educating people and without ceasing. Those who are in diaspora, whenever we have these spaces, copy the link, share the link. Let us hear. Actually, I had said, let us solicit funds, because we have had yesterday when we were in the other space where we had Robert Chagulanyi, someone came and gave an update like there is no money. There is no money. There is no a lot of stuff that is required. So I think that in these transnights, we should consider soliciting money. I think there is what will I say? There is a there's the numbers that had been provided. I think Agatha. So those who are outside abroad, it's so very important. Even if you collect $50, you would have contributed in the struggle. To be honest with you, even if it is 50,000, I want us that to take this as a fact that our people, by the moment they are waking up, at least we have money to, to rescue one surety. To rescue one person, to pay for someone's bail. As you're sending that money, you should always be like, I'm sending this money, but you know what? I'm coming. I am coming. Judiciary, we are coming. Because this war is not going to end. This war is not yet. Game of Thrones is just begun. So, guys who support this knowledge, that I think you should prioritize it. We need to speak about corruption as we are supporting the cause. We need to speak against corruption as we are supporting one another. In all, don't forget that these are our brothers, these are our sisters who are in prison, our wives. Before I was hearing someone's girlfriend, you can imagine your girlfriend being taken. Don't you think you are losing twice? That's losing twice. Or your boyfriend, that's losing twice. Taking away your freedom. They have taken away your,
Yeah, I've shared, Clinton, I've shared the X handles for Agatha at
Yes.
Hailey, Micheline Mutuzo, and Godwin Toko. Those are the right people. You reach out to them. Whatever coin you can contribute can make an impact.
Yeah.
And on their profiles, there are ways to contribute, whether via mobile money or whatever. So you can check in the comment section and check out.
Yeah. So guys, I for just 5 minutes, can we at least each of us provide $50? Just saying, what do you think? Let me begin with myself. If you can contribute towards the number, please unmute, say something, even if it is $50, even if it's $25. At least we will have, we would have at least we would have issued one person. At least, please unmute and say that at least I'm giving out 50,000 Ugandan shilling. Please, it's so important because our colleagues, yes, we have been speaking, we are talking on all other spaces, but we need also to provide support. We need to remember that support needs to be provided. So, guys, if you have anything you're providing, just unmute and say something. It's just few. If it's 20K, it's so important. So that we can know that we are moving forward with the struggle. We are 28. The time is going. Tomorrow is going to morning. It's already. We have to be preparing to go to court to stand for our sisters. And even those who are still going to go there because the war has just begun. Arrests have not stopped. Even on Wednesday, they were arrested so many. They are still arresting. We need to keep pushing. Please unmute and say something. Thank you.
And also just a reminder, this is a people-led liberation. The state will want to overpower us because they have stolen our money, so they use the same money to fight us. So we need to ensure that we rescue our comrades, our fighters, in all capacities that we can afford. And also, if you would want to contribute in any other way, ensuring that this information reaches people. We have had, for example, graphics designers printing for us posters, flyers, stickers to ensure that the message reaches all the people. You can as well sponsor us and say that I'm sponsoring 100 or 1,000 flyers or stickers labeled Stop Corruption, Anita must resign, and all that information. And so some of our colleagues have started spreading those flyers and stickers throughout the country. So the more we bring more people, the more we get more people on board, the more we begin to see the success of what we are doing, which is this liberation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Do we have anyone? It's okay, it may not be today, but you may say tomorrow. I'll make sure at least I do something. I think this is a cause we need to keep pushing.
Can I say something?
Yes, please, go ahead.
So here's the thing. Like probably I mentioned in my submission, we felt it right to use GoFund because we don't want to give this MTN and Airtel money. So we're running a link to all the people here in diaspora, and I personally will monitor how much money is there and remind whoever is not contributed to see that at least the money reaches you guys. And I think there's someone who is really having access to the GoFund link from your side. So yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable to send a mobile money myself. And besides, some of us have already contributed, but we need to know how much is there already to know is that enough for the people already arrested or in incarceration. So yeah, so I'll keep you up to speed on how things stand from the GoFund link because at least we can see how much money is there. Thanks.
Okay. That's very good. We believe that we trust any means. Those who can go with GoFund,
Yeah.
it's absolutely right. Just that it should be our, let us make it as it's our new game. Let us share that GoFund link. Guys who are in diaspora, copy the link of GoFund, post it in WhatsApp groups, and ask people. You never know, 1, 2, 3 people that are willing to donate. I don't know. Most of diaspora, according to, I don't know why, but when I look at the power of diaspora, most people in diaspora, I think they are still, I don't know how I can call it. Before they used to, so many of them used to, but I think it is the fact that we need to continue educating them.
They're going to Slumberland. Yeah.
So we need to really...
They're a little bit detached since the election.
Yes.
They feel like detached. I don't know why.
Detached. So we're trying to wake them up. So yeah,
and you remember, if this was about NUP, they would have contributed a long time ago. But I don't know why they are not seeing that this is more than NUP. I don't know why.
No, we have.
You can also request for mics and speak to us. Niger, Fiona, Grace, Bon I, Lukanga, Jim Rich, Bisiaga, Bagenda, Rin, Melinda Neteso, M Culture Mim, I'll mention you. You ask for mic and speak to us. Unless you just came here to spy on us. You have a voice, you can speak in your local language. You are free to do so. And so request for the mic and speak to us. Florence, Commander Land Forces, I sent you an invite. You have not responded. I don't know. Clinton, can you hear me?
Yeah, very much. I can hear you very, very much.
Okay, so if you can hear me, it means all people have heard. And I want to remind Ugandans that you can as well mobilize more people in your own way, from where you come from. We have people here, but all your relatives and friends do not know about this cause. Abantu bamala kuwulira nga amasasi gavuga ne bagamba kibadde kyekyo. Okay? But before that, if their business is not interrupted enough, they would not know that actually they need to rise up. It's the same thing with this morning when we are engaging with the footer, these traders. For them, they think dialogue can work, you can engage with Museveni, whatever. So they are even fighting their own stuff. They are thinking that, and we are trying to tell them, let's unite together and fight. And so naye senga olunaku lujja ne bawulira nga amasasi gavuga mu kibuga awo, nobody will remain open, tewali atajja kugala dduuka li. So they still think that Mr. Museveni will negotiate with them. What? My friend, ebyomuzanyo byaweddewo nga like Richard said. Okay, we are here to get more radical peacefully because for us we are utilizing the constitution itself. That power belongs to us, and we are using peaceful means to engage these people. But if they cannot listen to our voices, then they are soon to know that there is plan B, C, D up to Z. And so, Essie?
Yes, thank you, sir. I'm surprised we'll get the Kutafuta. Like, does anyone in Uganda still think they can have dialogue with Museveni and get what they want? Omusajja akozesa sente nga mugenze ku dialogue and buys a few of the people abali mu leadership ya dialogue eyo n'atabawa kyemwagala kyemuzza okutima mu dialogue n'asasula abakulu bammwe kyokka nga sente zali mu kwesa obasasula ze sente ze yandisaze ku musolo ne mutasobola kukola kikusasa kubanga like you say he bribes in billions and millions. Why not spare that money and then help people not pay too much tax? But he uses that same money to bribe people because he wants this as control. So omuntu yenna nga alowooza kyasoba ne dialogue ne Museveni oyo omuntu ali deluded ng'omunauganda oba tanategeera kizibu ddala kyadiringa nakyo. Abasomesa beekalakaasa how many years ago they didn't get what they wanted. Abasawo abajjanjaba omuntu nga mulwadde okusevinga obulamu ne beekalakaasa. They never got what they wanted. Aba politicians ne beegatta mu biseera bya OTT, I remember, and they came on the road. They never got what they wanted. Era abantu we pay social media tax. Ate nga social media tax mu musasula ate nga ne Facebook eri cancelled bagigala. Sikugamba no one audits these things. Why people paying social media tax nga social media gundi bazigadde? Abantu ne abasawo ne beekalakaasa. Olowooza career ye eri wala nnyo okwekalakaasa. Ne pilot wa Uganda Airlines naye nabeera nga sente ze tazifunye kubanga ziribiddwa aba Uganda Airlines naye ne yeekalakaasa. Omusirikale ali mu tukwata ku kkubo talina na sente zobola kugula ngoye oba kulabira abaana naye neekalakaasa. Who is safe in Uganda? Omwana emakere n'asoma.
Actually, one of the traders told me that they got reliable information that Museveni is not going to meet all traders the way he did to Kololo, because last time, he was challenged to an extent of telling them to Munkanga Kanga. So this time around, he wants to meet just a small sector of which is leaders and a few. So and even when he meets them, you first mute. Okay. Even when he meets him, even when he meets them, it is him who will advise them on his own terms. Okay, not on their own terms. Okay, don't expect Museveni to work on their terms and conditions and their demands. Okay, because for him over time he has established himself as the king who prevails over everyone, and it takes these ones to be his servants. Okay, he's the master. So you don't expect such a person who treats you from a point of weakness to have a dialogue with you, to have a meaningful dialogue with you that can be fruitful. And this is what we are trying to tell our brothers, the traders, that insanity is doing the same thing repeatedly and expect different results. Kasita was compromised and bribed by the same seven. So what do you think you'll gain from dialoguing and having negotiation with this guy? Okay, expecting no result. Okay, from the look of things. Okay, you will still close your shops on 31st and reopen them on the 1st of August. Okay, having achieved nothing. Okay, why don't you get determined to rally behind the people? Because when you rally behind people and close those shops, it is okay, we shall lose, but we will gain. But Museveni will also be losing at the same time. Okay, because you will not be getting the taxes, you will not be billing the taxes from you. Okay, to your information, 70% of the buildings in Kampala, the arcades, the malls, are owned by these people in the government. Okay, look at Nabukela, Drake Lubega, Chirumira, Moses Kigongo, Yanga, the likes of Ham. All these people are being used by the same people. So they gain rent from you, and they also gain taxes from you. So what then will you gain? Slaves as their servants.
Jayo nti tebalina kubeera mu ntobazi ng'ate ham agenza azimbye amaka ku eka mmeka mu ntobazi. How is that fair?
Actually, there's somebody who told me, he was even a foreigner, he was just a tourist here in Uganda, but he spent some good month here. But he told me that if you don't fight for your country, time will reach when you are homeless in your country, and it will only be foreigners occupying your country. Because before they come, the tourists come, especially those whites, they already have statistics about the country, how we have a welcoming policy for refugees and whatever. But go to Kansanga, Buziga, and all those areas and see how they are occupied by Eritreans, Somalis, and so forth. You come to Chisenyi, and so there's a mystery of Sudanese who came here and they occupied our land. And many other foreigners. And so it's not that foreigners are bad, but the policy. Seven is having a controlled, having a policy for controlled demolition of Ugandans' property and nationals stealing their land and so forth. In favor of foreigners, you've had in Mukono, he gazetted 600 acres of land through her daughter, I think Natasha, which has been given to Econ to develop. But in actual sense, Econ is developing on behalf of the same people. So whether you build the city or what, any development he puts there, he's the servant, he's the worker, not his own. And so this is why when we come here, we don't come to have just a good time that we are idle. We come to learn also. We come to hear this information because some of us know, but others do not know. So we have to share this information. And when we share information with you, it is your obligation to also share with others, 5 more, your family members, your friends, okay, so that it reaches as many people as possible. The more we know, the more we rise up. The more people are ignorant, the more they will stay slumbering. So, Florence, Commander.
Yeah. Commander 000 numberless. Mbanyingiddewo bannange mwasiibye mutya mwasize mutya. Muli clear. Baneno mbadde nyakabajoininga naye kati simanyi baana baye yayagala okumpa ku updates ebibadde bigenda mu maaso muli kuki oba
ekisooka wawuliriza presidential address.
Ekizibu kyange kyabadde kimu network yabadde mbi nnyo ngewanga oba aliwe yanyigiddemu bannaye ndoozi nawulirizaako half sijja kulimba kubanga nga nze siwulirako wadde nga network dropping in dropping out nga nange bantu ndaba abantu boogera naye nga siwulira wadde so simanyi aleka waliwo yanyigiddemubanga bagizirinyamu bagambye ono tumwetege nga bukyali kiraka tumutegule naye nga nawuliriza nabaddeko naye nga I was so disturbed naye nga ebikulu nabyo nakyo simanyi bambiteesezaako oba mbyogeddeko naye after that wabadde on a space endala which I wasn't able to attend simanyi oba yabaddeyo banedda naye nga bagiranze. Was there another space before this one? Oh, this is the one. Anyway, anayagala okumpulira ajja kujja jakusa microphone
No,
naye nga yambe
we had the other space of his excellency.
Mm.
Yeah, Mr. Robert Chagulanyi. Then after that, all people were told that the Transnight has begun. So those who want to join the Transnight, so we have been in this space after the other space. However, another space which I saw was the other people in the, is it Lila Arua? The Arua people. So,
okay.
Basically, there are two spaces, like this one and the other one.
Okay, that's good then. But the mind missing the space and that as well.
Just
But
I have a colleague. I have someone inside, so deep inside. Anytime, it may not be today or tomorrow, but anytime, they are planning to shut down Twitter in Uganda. They are doing all what it takes. This is so internal information I have received, that they are working so hard to shut down the X.
Okay. It's just take a decimal. This we know.
Going to do, okay, but you will do it soon or later, because Kenyans were asking Elon Musk to provide Starlink. When they provide Starlink, you easily get connected to Starlink directly. You don't no longer use bandwidth of MTN or what. Okay, you are connected directly, so you get less chances of being intercepted by the state, and you can still use those services. But also, I think that they will not successfully shut down X. I think they will do like Facebook. Yes, it will be like Facebook, whereby you cannot access it without a VPN. I think that is what will happen, because those people themselves will have to use X. Okay, so they cannot completely shut it down. I think what they will do, it will be like what they did in 2021 during elections. They shut Facebook, but they themselves continue to use it, meaning that if you have a strong VPN, you can be able to access the same service. So, but also, we need to re-strategize, because this regime is mad. It can do even the unexpected. So you have to plan ahead of time. Right?
On this same issue, Raba, you cannot stop an idea whose time has come. When they close X, enjiri etambudde ku X. Ate bwe tunaagenda ku TikTok, enjiri ejjabbe etuse ku audience ndala. Buli we baggala ne tugenda ewaddako, it's them giving us a pathway where we're supposed to go next. So okugala X kijja kutuleetera kugenda ku mukutu mulala ate nagwo guwulira. Ate already tuli mu kugendayo, okitegeera. So kyonna kye bagezaako okukola, they cannot do anything about the Gen Z right now. Kubanga ffe tetwemanyi naye twogera. Tetwetegeera naye twogera. So now naye batunyigira tujja kugenda twogere ewalala. So there is no solution okugala X.
Yes, and so that's what I've been saying, that we are driving the campaign even to the first person who does not have internet, who does not have any connection, but is a common man who has only my Mapesa phone. So this is like trying to control the area by closing harness. It will not work. So we shall take the message however much we can. I've tried to do so on TikTok, and I implore all of you to do so also, because all the lives I've been on TikTok, I've been talking about this. I've influenced many youth, and I've shared videos about our campaign. And therefore, if we are all doing the same, we shall cause traffic and we shall cause impact. Okay, and that's why even when we come to the spaces here, we ask you to share them via private message, via retweeting, sharing in any way, because we want this information to reach as many people as possible. It is really not a very simple task to influence a population that has been under suppression and sabotage for such 8 years. We've just started, but so far we can say that we are on the right track. It's okay.
But namarayo.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure about the traders. Here's the thing: traders, Basel, they are going to put down their tools from 31st. On 31st, but until when they say they are satisfied with the results. But the thing is, all our traders are but at least now they know, they have our message, they know our message, they know what we are doing. You get it? So for me, I'm very positive. Because it's hard to deal with many people. We all know that. Okay. Are you getting some background noise from me, or it's fine?
Yeah, if you can avoid it, that is good.
Yeah?
It's not so loud, but if you can avoid it, it's good as well.
Okay. Anyway, but traders, they are putting down their tools. They are closing their shops. Okay? That is a plus. Now, but we have to keep thinking. We have to keep thinking and going forward. Okay? Now, how do we get the teachers? Because even just announcing puts off the government. I'm telling you, even now we see traders saying we are closing down our shops. It does not leave the regime the same. It does not leave Anita among the same. So we have to get the teachers to announce that we are putting down our tools. All right. We have to get the doctors to put down their tools. Okay. But for doctors, of course, there are some sectors that cannot close down, like emergency, like, they know which ones can't close down. And who does that? It's us. You know how we go to the traders? Just telling you guys. Someone came to my inbox. But you know what? Give me a letter. Musuuzi, one person. Give me a letter. I'll take it there. And good enough, there was also one in English that was written. Physically. But most of the time, even if footer, headed by big old guys, who will not just listen to something here on Twitter or see something moving around. Until they need someone physical. Someone has to do something. They have to see somebody, or someone has to sit with them. They expect some physical approach. I suspect it is the same with even teachers in the association. We haven't had a strong voice that this is coming from teachers. We are also affected by corruption. It's only just once I saw, I think Teacher Mbazira on here who came and said something like that. Actually, I should look for him as well. This is what we do as individuals. All right. So right here, I don't know which professions you all are, but if your profession, if you're in some association, if you whatever, you are the one to start. You are the one to get your profession to put down their tools. If everybody puts down their tools, the teachers put their tools down, the doctors, the nurses, whoever put their tools down, the traders put their tools down, and we are all marching. It means the whole Uganda, we are all together. Of course, the lawyers are working because we have to get our people out who are arrested. The journalists have to be covering the protest. Like everybody is doing whatever they can do. I don't know if I'm making sense because I don't see any reaction from anyone. Okay.
You are speaking sense. Really makes sense. Continue.
All right. So this is where it is. You are in WhatsApp group. Because Ugandans, we have to understand this is our battle to fight. Abasinga tunyumirwa kwogera tunajja nayogera ebigambo mutwalo naye nga action is zero. Amazima genyiri nga action is zero nga yalowooza omulimu gwe kujja wano ku X space nayogera ati nayogera nyo n'abagalagano balaga enkya tugende naye nga naye yennyini mutima gwakimanyi sijja genda ate sirina muntu n'omu gwe immobilize nze kugenda. Omuntu oyabeera wakikala ki? What kind of person is that? Mukiraba kyekyo. This is what is happening. We have to know. We have to know. We are not really in comedy because every day, Uganda loses at least 1 million. Is it 10 million? Uganda shillings in corruption.
Every year, 21 trillion.
In a year, we lose 10 trillion.
21. Yeah. 21 trillion a year.
Anyway. Yesterday, I was on Twitter and someone posted, through Agora, I'm from the hospital, I'm from the church. Right now, I'm from praying for my friend's dad. Yali mudwalire Mbarara on ICU. Nebajjako amasanyalaze for 2 hours. By the time that person, the dad was transferred to Nsambya, he was dead. Just like kujja muntu mu ICU from Mbarara. Nti omutuse egundi. In Nsambya. Driving on those potholes. But you see, that is all corruption. Well, how can a full hospital, Mbarara, which serves all that region, not have a backup generator? They didn't have backup generator. The speaker, just for her own luxury, and in her upcountry, whatever home, generator like, really, really, honestly, how?
500 million.
How? You people, survival. I think some people have not really digested this. Survival, to be able to live. That's it. Which is everybody has a right to live. Everybody must have a right to life. So now people are killing us by denying us the services. So wherever you are, Olimu Association, Olimuchi, whatever, WhatsApp group, this is your job. And if you need any help, Jangu, send me any whatever inbox. One watch one on one for me. I think if we do this, we shall be successful. Then we brainstorm or
Actually, Flo, before you came, There's a council who had talked about the high cost of bail.
Yeah.
And we are trying to see how we can narrow it down legally, if it is possible, by engaging our lawyers to challenge it, because it can be another trick by the state to discourage us and demoralize us, because that money is also stolen. Okay, 1 million bail for each of our comrades. Where does that money go? Who benefits from it? Okay, and how can we make the state or the MPs themselves pay for it instead of us? Because our people, much as they contribute, we might as well use those contributions for other purposes in the revolution, not the 1 million bail.
Nze nja kugamba nze era ne Gabajan Council Tobias why yatera okubeera wano ku night shift. The thing is, even that bail, we're not supposed to be paying bail. No one is supposed to be in prison because no one did anything wrong. We know after we have been abused for a long time. You are abused and you take it. You are abused and you take it. You are abused and you take it. It becomes normal. If the Constitution of Uganda permits peaceful protests, and I was peacefully protesting, then how do I get in jail? How do I end up having to pay? And yes, you're right. This is a discouragement tool. It's a tool to steal away our time and discourage us at the same time. We have to take large amounts of bail, then to discourage others. But those who are outside can see how people are struggling a little bit to raise this money. See what it is? When now again that bail money, how will I get out? That is discouraging. At the same time, even yesterday, you can challenge that amount. But that means our comrades, our friends are going to be kept in prison for a long time, because it's a process as well, because they have to apply until the judge is available. The judge can decide I'll be available. I will hear that after a month.
And I think, Flo, our concern would not be even at how long they spend in the prison. We don't want them to be there. But assuming that 1,000, now we have about 80 in prison. Assuming that now we have got many people and we are now 1,000 in the prison. 1,000 times 1 million, that is 1 billion. Then we get more 1,000 in the prison. Don't you think that either the state will overwhelm us or we shall overwhelm the state?
In prison, I don't know. When you're in prison, how much is food are you? Even if you mobilize the other prisoners, you're not going to just break out and run. Otherwise, you really become a criminal for running from prison. See what it is?
Because when we go on the streets, our fear should not be on whether we are arrested or not. Our fear should be on putting much pressure on the state to release us without any condition, by letting those who are outside the prison to press even more. So I would think that we have a duty to play as us who are outside. I personally escaped Alice on Tuesday, 23rd July. I just escaped, but the comrades I was with, we arrested. I just entered the next arcade. And so, but even if I'm in the prison now, I would not worry as long as I know that the people I left outside are fighting for me. Okay. And so,
and this is what we are saying. All of us stop corruption. This is what we are saying. We have to mobilize to we have tools to answer out to get a B. Akwatako actually msige B kaya twawe anakwatako. Fuko msuwa mkachupa. Biwo mkachupa tabula. Tagana navyo. Like, we have to be very we have to use what we have. We have to be serious in this, because there is stopping fighting corruption. We can't stop, because that is declaring ourselves dead anyway as well. Mushiraba.
Actually, there is somebody.
This is a fight. We have to keep fighting, but we have also to be, we have to mobilize. Because every time you sit there are people you are. And those who will join, who will be going further to fight for you, you are risking everybody. By your inaction, if you are inactive, that is it.
Actually, there is a comrade from Kenya. It was at Kapshenga's space who said that operating abnormally in abnormal situations is normal. Okay, so Kakati, there are times when revolution becomes radical. So, like you said, Commander Florence, that whether you undress or whatever, yes, as long as we counteract those people who try to whatever to fight us, and also. Remember that your effort and my effort matters if we put it together. Okay? Divided we fall, united we stand. Okay? So look upon yourself and ask yourself, what have I done what have I contributed to this revolution? Stand to be counted as a person, as an individual. Okay. For me, I've told you that I go on ground, but I also do a lot of work, groundwork. I also speak. We all speak, but I also go an extra mile to ensure that we must succeed. Okay. And so, if we are all like that, we have 20 Florences, if you have 20 Ekridons, if you have 20 Mugisas, 20 SCs, all doing the same activities, I'm pretty sure we shall succeed. So, are you done so that Clinton can speak to us?
Yes, you can
But
speak.
Clinton,
I
you don't
can
even
come
need
back
to raise
in.
the hand because you're co-host. You can come in and tell us what you want to say.
I just needed us to seek either knowledge or guidance. There's something I'm seeing. There's what Florence talked about. These people, they must be arresting us from this end and pressing us in the judiciary. And already judiciary, it is under the control of Mr. Museveni. So I want to ask like someone who sits in the parliament. Because this is now our parliament, our Genesis parliament. Is it in order for judiciary, for a chief magistrate to press charges, to press bail on extra? How can I complete it? Like that amount of money which is set on bail. Is it in order by constitution? Because when I look at the article, yes, the article of
Increase the
constitution.
price of the bail.
Is it in order? I just want to hear your reaction, guys. If it is not in order, then I call upon all Ugandans. We must attack judiciary. This war should not. Because we will be doing. This is what we are treating. We are fighting.
Let me give you some information. Even not our dad, when they cancel yesterday, to be Mbuza. Twambuzizana, yeah, bail money. What is the process of determining it? Is there anything that, one way? Because we were basing on the fact that we didn't know how much we are going to pay for any of them. We are just speculating. Council Natugambanti, that is to the magistrate. It's magistrates or Wazukanga Ulia Bubinga Mnivu, Ngachayagala. Like it is at their own disclosure.
Then if it is like that,
Yes.
If it is like that,
yes,
Ugandans need to go to attack judiciary by all means. We cannot keep sympathizing. We cannot keep breastfeeding stupidity. We can't keep breastfeeding stupidity. We must come out and attack these people.
There is like a maximum, for example, like because our comrades, most of the cases, he said they are grade 1. So the maximum amount of bail for grade 1 is 20 million. Each one is paying $500,000 over 1 million. The top, according to the magistrate law, whatever, the maximum they cannot go over is 20 million. So okay, bakute anybody at joining one kangaze azawi agasaze what joining and mamteka ko 20 million bail
Akati Florence.
kisoboka
Akati Flo.
But I'm showing you the possibilities.
Flo.
So era natwade wanazita ko maleka tini twade ntugamba option, of course, council of course, wamateka usitegera oba. The thing is we have to prepare our mindset from March to judiciary to make sure that bleeding is stopped. It's killing the movement. They are either using it or it's discouraging. It's discouraging and they cannot but to see we become weaker. So they're killing us slowly by bleeding us out. So
Flo, and we shall not allow them. Now, you remember when we had just started, Uganda Law Society was very silent, and their silence was actually making a lot of noise. But eventually they came on board. We thank them. How can we use Uganda Law Society in its own capacity to challenge all those illegal bail charges? And also, this is not like a question but a concern. And also, now that we know that it's Museveni is using judiciary as an instrument of operation also, like this is open secret. How can we counteract that effort? Because we do know that the state attorneys receive orders on what to do. At least I've interacted. I've been in the courts of law, and I know that. Okay, so how can we launch a counterattack? Last week on Sunday, or this week on Sunday, but last week on Sunday Monitor wrote an article that judiciary is on trial. Judiciary on trial. And judiciary retaliated that it is not on trial and it serves justice to all Ugandans and all that stuff. As far as we are concerned, because we don't want anybody in the struggle to get discouraged because of that. How can we ensure that really we launch a counter attack against this guy. Even when we are waiting for Thursday for judicial, there's a judicial exhibition. There are people who have organized judicial exhibition. These people do not go unpunished.
Auntie Katiolaba, here's the thing. This is my perception. I might be wrong, okay? But this is how I say it. Katiolaba, if by law, Tibaina that leeway to decide, okay, they can maybe, the only thing is that they can't go above, for example, like for that, above 20 million. Kakati ogenda mugamba, nti is amenye teka. Abata amenye teka. Eshtegera. Tena teka yamenye. And number two, is there any way? The thing is, judicial processes. Now we are saying we use the Uganda Law Society. Baba no tango fighting to challenge a law that is already there. This is how I understand it. So it's still, you don't know how much time it's gonna take. Because the manya abantu abo bagamba kati mkomewo kati watu gambe komewo after 4 months. Kati watu gambe komewo for this case after 6 months. Kati watu gambe osegera because it's now challenging the law that is already
I really understand you. Flo.
So for me now, the only, maybe I'm radical. The only way probably that we can really try maybe a little bit is a match to judiciary. Elections and those that take Mbongo.
Yeah.
A match to judiciary to gain with Romainga to gamba match to parliament. Match to judiciary to gain Mukasa Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday to call us some radical goons. We have to make some, because for the truth, we're not mountains that we don't change. This is our people's, cause. It's for Ugandans, all Ugandans. But who's allowed to not chino. We have to make sure our safety is safe. We have our, our safety. We are safe. We have to make sure our rights are restored by force. You like it or not? We go. It's not there. We decide whatever we decide.
Because Commander Florence.
Together.
Commander Florence. Even in these things, this revolution, let's not insist on law because law is broken already. Okay. The reason we are asking Anita Among to resign is not because she was not elected legal as Speaker of Parliament, but she has been disgraced. She has been a beacon of corruption. The reason why we ask that parliament to be cut into half, it's not because the constituencies, we are not divided by law and whatever, but we are poor. We can no longer afford that amount. The reason we ask for salaries of MPs to be deducted to 3 million is not because they are not passed. They were passed in that house. So the courts in the same way become oppressive, okay? An instrument of dictatorship. And it's one of the ways Museveni used to manipulate us, to control us, and so forth. And therefore, like you said, a match to judiciary should be eminent, okay? Should be in sight as soon as it can be. Because these people, they will think they will have a lot of power over us. But power belongs to the people. And we will say, no, we are going to challenge that, okay? Nobody should even bail should even be free of charge, okay? For whatever reason, okay? Okay? Because this Florence, for your information, we might have to fight for over 2 years. Now, if we exist in those conditions, it means that we shall lose gas and we shall lose the army we are combining together, okay? And so we need to fight these oppressive policies as soon as it can be before they prevail over us. So, Essie, Flo, before I bring Essie, Flo, do you have something else so I can bring? This man.
But in Monday and Tuesday, the two activities according to our schedule are to to go to court and also to attend online spaces. Now, for me, I would think even we should mobilize ourselves, those who can go to court. Let me tell you, my comrades, there are two fears we have to overcome before for us to proceed. First of all, let me tell you the fear we have overcome. The one fear we have overcome is being able to be here on this space, public space, netwogera with no fear, netwogera openly. Before, any space you go to, you can't say that here. We are spies. You can't say this here. But now we have overcome that. Which is especially if you can pick the mic and speak. You've overcome that because this is how we are able to come this far with this campaign. Number two, but the fear we have to overcome. Of course, Mishalimba nafe abachi akatwala bagamba panne kuno kuliko baspai. Baspai yuko kwe bali babeereko. Kubanga nabo corruption affecting. Abagulira borders netu abatera ddagala mulago. Okitegera. Emulago ku emergency kusingako accident za border. Babagulira border naye bakyala babwe babaterayo malwali ddagala mu ddwaliro. Ekiraba nti omusajja nze n'abasajja ba Uganda mmanyi sometimes I think about ngaba mwina omutima omugumu kubanga getting a woman pregnant ngomanyi 20 women die every day giving birth. mulina bravery muli bagumu mitima okitegeera kubanga nze omuntu gwenjagala mba simufuniza lubuto
Pregnancies
anyway
happen by mistake.
tuveeyo no
Pregnancies
corruption
happen by mistake.
by mistake. Anyway, someone was saying one of the most lucrative businesses in Uganda is abortions, unsafe abortions. Kubanga abantu bati are not even going through pregnancy and the result to unsafe abortions. Anyway, you can veyo. The fear of arrests, we have to overcome it, whatever way. Kubanga every time we are operating, fearing to be arrested, it restricts how much we can do. Kati olaba wagenda kubeerawo abali scared to go to court, wabeerawo abali scared to even participate in the protest, scared of even mobilizing, scared, okitegeera. But the whole thing is scared of being arrested. What came out, the abuses, we have to really drum and make UPDF, make police, make those security agencies uneasy. If they are every day tagged in thousands of, posts that are talking about how they are abusing, exposing them, it can help a little bit. But if we don't even post, if we do not talk about the things, if we don't embarrass them, they don't get embarrassed. But there are some in there that can get actually embarrassed.
Grace abuzizza wakuba yaganya okusaba akazindaalo naye abuzizza nti esente ezo za bail abalamuzi zibaweebwa mu kaashi oba ziteekebwa ku account.
I think it's like the thing with bail money, according to there is a process of getting back that bail money. Okyabalwa nti abantu abasinga yekasaba mu bail ne bamuta ng'akola ki nga kugamba obusungu babungi oba nnako babiki oba n'okutya okuddayo ng'alowooza bayinza omukwata n'atakola ki n'ataddayo ziriclaiminga kuzisaba. But here there is a process of getting that bail money back when your court case is finished, or you have been, when you have completed, I think at the end of the court case. Nti oba kumaze nti kati gwomusango oba ogumezze oba gukume
I saw UBC cameras and so you should be careful of those guys. And I'll not be I didn't want to go personal, but you should be careful with some media guys like from UBC. Remember UBC is a state TV. Some guys from NBS, even journalists. Let nobody call you outside. Mujangu koleko interview, okay, as alone. Okitegera oyagala kulabira kukira ku TV nga akuyise so kumbe akusetinze ko basirikale kukwata. Okay, so you should be in the team, you should belong to the team when you go there, whenever you appear. Okay, so better mu kifo kimu, ensure that your lawyers are present, okay, and all other people are present. Thank you.
And another thing which I wanted to, you see, this is one of the things why I like these transnights. I pray that our colleagues get always reports. Now, you see, if some of you have watched movies, these movies, although they are just made, actually I happen to be in many places where they have shoot movies when I'm seeing. For me, I hate watching movies. But one of the tactics, why do I hate watching movies before I go verify, is that I always know what is behind the camera, behind the curtains, what's going on. Most of movies that I have watched, they have shot in Canada, in the US. So if you have watched like ninja movies, I'm using an example, you must have realized that to fight a ninja, you must look like a ninja. I don't know, guys, one of you open the microphone. Like, we must make sure that if these people want to look things on the perspective of political, I think some protests, we need to, they say that's the NRM, is it yellow or PLU? I think we need this time also to put on like them, no matter how much we hate their party. Because we want to see how they are going to be able to address their people. Their own people, because how would they know? I have come putting on a shirt holding my Manila written on stop corruption. I'm putting on yellow. And we are not one, we are like 10 or 20. Are they going to shoot us? Guys, we need to test waters. We need to test the depth of waters. We need to play a psychological game. This is Gen Z. This is we. They are playing with the latest technology, with AI. So we need to, if you're fighting a ninja, you need to look like a ninja. Otherwise, if you don't look like a ninja, you're going to be easily spotted.
Actually, Clinton, there's one time we even decided to put on suits and look like lawyers. So we came to the court, And the security guys thought, these are lawyers, what? Yet in actual sense, we had just had come to bail out our friends. And so with time, you are right, we have to learn some of these tricks so that you are not spotted as somebody who has come to cause chaos or whatever.
Yeah, so I think we need to implement these strategies. There's a reason why UPDF put on all the same uniform. And there's a reason why Uganda police puts on a Uganda police. Whether it's a Uganda police who's a criminal or not, you will not differentiate them. But that's why the other day when we were at other spaces, we are even having other officers who are saying, no, I think this is the right way. For me, I left police. But when you see all of them putting on uniform, you will not. There are those who do not support the cause. So before Florence comes in, I'm saying we need to start playing what we call camouflage. One, go with different shirts. When you leave court, put on different shirts. Go to the toilet, put on other clothes. From there,
if you're a woman, you can even carry a wig.
Yes, ideology which I have liked from You Stop Corruption is that even those who go to the court, let us all go as people, as like lawyers. There are some tactics we need to play. We need to play smart. Those who are going to attack, let us see if they're going to jail their people. Let us put yellow uniform. Let us hold manilas. Let's move forward because they are saying it is corrupt. If they are saying it is politically motivated, if it is politically motivated, let us put on their uniform and see how are they. Do you know that it will make a big news that he has arrested NRA? Do you know that is going to downgrade even those who believe in the party? Hey, the man has started even arresting our own supporters. It's going to create a lot of news. It's going to create a lot of pressure. Even those who are in the NRM, they will start knowing that things are very tough. So I think this is a dynamic we should implement. I think it is a tactic we should put on our list. Go to court putting on like lawyers. Go to street putting on their uniform. Let us fight them using their own colors. But
yes,
if you want to put on like...
before even Commander Florence comes, I've remembered something. On Tuesday, I arrived in Kampala at 7 a.m. Okay? And I want to tell you that I reached the railway grounds. You know, there is where they process driving permit office. Okay? And the policemen were all around, whatever. I even interacted with one policeman, and right there, and I asked them, well, what's the process of renewing permit, whatever. And this lady was explaining this and that. You know, you go to the bank, but for me, in actual sense, I didn't want to know about that because I already know. Okay, for me, as she explained, I was just studying the situation on ground and seeing how the deployment is going on or whatever. So I started the whole press, and I actually realized that the deployment was very weak. If we had good numbers, very weak, would overwhelm it. And so these are some of the tricks we need to teach our revolutionaries so that they understand them. So I think Florence, Commander, can come in. Flo, are you there? Tona Bongota.
Anyway,
Fight at
that's a good tactic. The thing is, you make sure you are going to government. We are leaderless. All right, we are leaderless. It means if you are a woman, you get a bam is what is gonna save you. Do it. If you can do it, you go prepare diamba kalega konga kalunji, like you are also called a become and Tinjakuba and Chukuba, you go. Wakujira, yeah, go baragako. Like I mean, like self-defense. The thing is, the corruption, you know. Because for me, I look at it as survival. Bobanga omanyi nti empologoma engoba yiye engoba entwala either egenda kundya oba okuwona bwekubanga kulinnya mti nga nkima tekigenda okusevinga ojja kwekanga nga ogulinnye nga nkima otulwago ogambe ntuuseyo nti eno musekendi emu okitegedde. So yeah, naye the other thing I wanted to say as well, we are saying this is partless because we've had a problem where people want to bring in parties. And if we look at it, our overall aim actually is to get power back as Ugandans. When there's introduction of party attires, parties, then it becomes political.
But Florence, just for your additional point, just to give some clearance, remember it's partless, very hard. That's very correct. But you have to, you remember that most of the other side, I'm talking about the other yellow opposite side, the yellow side, they've always seen our framework as a politically motivated. But now,
stop corruption. You know who you are, right? My perception of you, how I see you, should not convince you to conform to how I see you. But you know, you are not a thief. You know you are the most honest person. But because I see you, are you going to start stealing? No, that is too much power to give to another. Kati people talking about your partners, and we mean it. Again, this is who we are. We are coming as Ugandans. Program their political parties. We want to get our power because you see these political parties. Today it's NRM in power. Tomorrow it's going to be NUP. The other date might be FDC. The other date might be ANT. Without party they belong to buy media as the people Nagambe finance bill to niga jijewo. Naji jawo. Again. So if we start, we are working in a dictatorship. Bagenda kutusa wiring. Bagenda kugezaako because if they say you this is not, you have leaders. Isn't it how they started Netugana? Even up to today. We have leaders, you have leaders. We are saying we don't. We stick to that, and that's because that's the truth. Again. We have parties. This is not era bajja kuvaayo bagambe olaba abo twabawulidde ne ku space nga bakyogerako they just use our color, they are not us, they belong to NUP ate nga temulina mukyegaana okitegeera kubanga mugujje mu katego kaabwe. Whatever they think about us, whatever they want to name us, kati batugambe we are being funded, it's mine by who? Western powers, it's mine period. Is it true? It is not, and we know it is not true. Because they have said it, then we go okitegeera. They are going to drive us in all directions, east, west, south, north, everywhere, to try to confine us to a certain category so that they can handle us well there, because they are not just driving us anyhow. The reason they are driving us, telling us we are party, that we are, we belong, it's not partless, it's just a party. It's because they want to find a way of dealing with us as politicians. And to take a political angle, then they deal with us like that, not as people of Uganda, Gen Z, young people, no. So we have to be very smart because we are. So for me, I still, of course, this is a leader race. I'm not talking to you as a leader because I'm not your leader. Like I said, decisions. But somehow when you are making these decisions, is it conforming to the standards? Because standards are we are partnerless, we are leaderless, we are fearless, we are priceless, we are ageless.
Yeah. So Echara, you'll be mindful of those cameras which they put on the roads when you are whatever. When you reach the camera, ensure that don't be somewhere and you don't know that camera is there. Okay, so when you realize that it is there, ensure that you avoid it, because they control those cameras from Natete police station, and they can see your face, whatever, and they try to troll you. And so it's single because some of us are there to take a step, however risky it can be. Okay, so tugenzeko mu court sinakawa magistrates, marking the magistrate court, now you've maneuvered. Okay, notuka ekiseera nga n'abakola ku court bakumanyi. Okay, by face. So really that is it. And AC wardropings. AC, you can request for a microphone. Speak. Commander Florence mbadde njagala kumbulamu naye nze simugenda girekako. I'm just listening for like 1 hour or 2, 1.5 hours. Then I let's see what to do next.
Yeah, for us we are still here until the sun is out. So
okay, so you can continue, Clinton and Florence.
As usual. Florence, I think we can proceed. Thank you, comrade.
Yeah, when you on and off, go. Naye nga njakuba nkomawo in and out. Naye bo bakyatunula. Oba oli weka.
Abakyatunula muliwa.
Muliwa mukyatunula batubijjeko.
Abasigadde simanyi.
Omuntu wa wansi bagako Grace Woli. Fiona?
Akyatula tulage ekigalo nga toli mbega.
Ebisiyaga bagenda. Lukanga, Jim Kish.
Nga toli mbega tulage ekigalo nti gyoli.
Nedda kwasobola kwoli. Okay, oyo kwali. Siyaga kwali. Omuntu wa wansi
mukola kyamaanyi okubeerako.
Grace kwali. Nemi jafuna ku microphone kubanga mwemulaba ekyo kiri fair muleka bannamwe ne boogera ne bakana n'emimiro nga muli awo munyumiro.
So like just recently na sindika some of us the message, okay, katugamba nti tulina also to because March to Parliament came here natugamba yalina numbers on z'ababaka ba Parliament nagondi. So I told him I also have some, especially for members of Parliament for that term of 2021-2026. And we've also opened a campaign to pressure these guys, to overwhelm them with messages, especially using diaspora people, because for them, your numbers cannot easily be tracked to a person, unlike those in Uganda. For example, bomanya nti no number ya mubaka wo nti ovambala no mbaka ya kuchikira, nafuna every day nangafuna 10 to 15 messages, okay, about this whole issue. We think that will cause some chaos among their circles, and it will force them to deliberate on some of our issues before the floor Parliament. You saw Honorable Sechikubo rush to collect the remaining signatures to censure those guys, the fake commissioners. And so I'm glad that Grace has requested the mic. I was longing to hear from her. So Grace, after you've dropped, Anang. Grace, are you there? Grace.
Yeah, I'm there. Good morning, everyone who is here away.
Good morning to you.
And yeah, I'm great. I'm in Saudi Arabia, Middle East. And I just don't have much to say, but I wanted to show you that we are here and we are listening and we are following, because some of us we can't speak because of the working conditions we are in, but we also live here in the spirit. One thing I wanted to say is about the numbers you talked about of the MPs. Some of us, we started that campaign earlier, but unfortunately those guys, I think they know what they are doing. Because some of us, they broke us. Now we can't contact them. They saw that we are disturbing them, so they had to block us. That's how adamant those guys are. And what pains more, because what pains me more, it is my money, the one I earn from this side, which is here on earth. I send to Uganda, they cut that tax when I'm sending that money to Uganda, and they pay them. The one I got your inbox, tell you about the corruption, or tell you about my problems I'm facing in the Middle East. The one I'm working for you to get paid, you broke me. Like, for this MP, I don't know. I just pray hard that they know what they are doing. Because me, if I go back to Uganda, my MP will face me, and I don't think we Banyankole will make empty promises. If it means spending a day on his doorstep, I will spend it there, because I came here and I'm working. I'm working with my blood. It's like pouring blood out this side of the world. But for him, he doesn't understand. I can't give you my concern and you broke me when I gave you my vote. It's not like you're giving me a privilege for you to be in that parliament. No. In fact, I'm the one giving you that privilege, because if I don't vote you can go there and you can't even get that money you're getting. So those MPs for it, they need, I even don't know, they need some sticks for them to get some brains, because I don't think they still think. And the ones, especially from Western, I know most of them, they are from Western and they can hear the language I'm going to show them. I would like to speak in my language, the Nyakole one. So,
okay, go on. You can speak in Nyakole.
Yeah, akakanyenda kagenda aliba MP bita abakuruga mu Western. Nimanya to make like the MP abajja mu parliament, nitubasa kuba liko tukola ekiteeka ky'aba MP mu parliament. However much, Western nicyo tuli party nicyo. What mu bitundu bya Uganda yona, but we are the ones abine ba MPs. Ujine ba MPs ba Western, mulinga abiro mu parliament kunyamayo, like mulinga abiro da tuba teya. Kongamanya ngo abantu abakiyeyo itito abakirira karo, we have the right to vote you out. It's not like mutaka ulege vote bakubagambira umuseze nakutwana bagambira ngo Western ku Western twagera. Abaza kabali batatiitwe na batatenkulitwe konkita ate mwete yinjire. It's not like I don't know my right. And then just no Western, like we are no longer part of them. The Uganda is my brother, the Mcholi is my brother, but everyone in Uganda is my brother. I'm a Ugandan before I became a Western. So the entities of a Western, man, we were rather than Mangada for the human for corruption. Instead of sitting in that side, it's like M16. Kwanga, I think I will end for a Western, they're like two. Around the Bakajam, over the game, Kugendo Mangadiet. Ini that's nimhura mtana nakubadala. Wewe mseveni obiro gaya buli to die. That's the truth. The honest truth, it's life. Konkinga mwebwa mumuchinde future ahead. Mwene n'abana abanya abine future ahead with us. Echecho ni muchebo. Samwe mutiye mukegita ha mahanga gari. Yati kumanya westana zaito ulimonituza. Kumanga gandi mahanga ni gimuka gagamba. Konkitwe nitwe twara muko kugira ngo itumu western we are well off. We are not. Uhano hurande muni ngamboro nyankole kandi ndio mona keje ndio mu Middle East. I think if we are well off nkabire ndakubona bonera omwihanga rya Saudi Arabia nkabire nanye ndija boka Museveni narwo witwa. Because the fact that I'm not among his family, that's why I'm suffering this side. So westerners, it doesn't matter. Let's also wake up and put a voice. Tikuna talingo ba Museveni narwo witwa bata kurwo witwa. He's just working for his family. Akabaja ngwena koreka yeye. If you're not part of Museveni's family, you're nothing. Mwine kwimuka mukakora imwete mukumanya uburumo butukura kitwa abana banyu abarumuni bafero mwe amahanga gahero azimwe mukaguma mushitamo mu parliament mu jesente cities kubasindikira mukanga no kwimuka kugamba. It doesn't cost you anything to go to your constituency and tell them what is happening in the world. Kumanga ntimanyo mu western twine TV zesa kubasafika ya mahura TV zone zingine za Museveni, they censor whatever they want to speak. So you MPs who have voices, you can go there and tell the crowds. Kumanga ntimanya batati twe bamawitwe ntibasiba bayinjira konke nteva kuhinga tibine set twine magwaro go kugira ngo twinigwaro rekwesimbisa washanga western yona twinigwaro limwe rya rifaro omutakuruga kabaro umutukuruga ibando umutukuruga shema watunga rifaro. You have to go to Mbara. From Kabale to Mbara it is almost like 7 hours. Does it make sense to you? Imwete mukureba mu 17 wakora nakoreka yeye nakorenda yeye nakora okubaho kweye kurungi. It doesn't matter whether I die from this side or I don't die. For him, he doesn't care so long as he has money. Konkiwa bwo jango bwine just akafuko kujango ryo mu parliament. That importance yo kujango no basa kuba ahaka ya Museveni. Ninyenda mwena mulebera ba MP ba Western bona vision bargoni barga. Hati balinka. Nabati barujojo nkitwe. Bamwe tibahendire bali no mu nkomya amade tibahendire nabo bagira hadi waboli MP okahendera ni urugero omukaya okahendera urugero mu ihanga rya unoza hero kuterekeyo. Ni mleba ngwecho nichimaking sense mwe mwana mu bukura abwa chini tutakwimuka tukegita abandi nito tukagwana ngabandi mwahorera mukampara bari muni bagwana isenguzi imwe mbara bwa chimta kwemerera mukagwana isenguzi ni is mbara more beautiful than Kampala. Engudombi eziri mbara nizo zira Kampala engudombe ziri yibanda nizo zira Kampala konkimwe kuba kugambosha nangu imwe aba western muri yo munse yanyu like you're not even in Uganda. That's what makes me more mad. Abantu ba western yena beshengereza nimanya mbasa kutampore rizo bakonkani mbasa sometime after you can hear my voice mwani mbasa kwera kariye tumanya ngonetwe we are part of Uganda, we are Ugandans. Let's fight for Uganda. When Uganda is better, even us in westerners we can be better. We can get a better market for our produces. We know we are the most producers of matoke, but how much is a banana branch? Nibizaba kibagura he kumisha tubashikisa Kampala mu omtown bakiguze mitwale 3. Konkiba cyo bachi kugambera no jango itemseve nakatuletera obusinje kastane tubyama tibukutukwata kale ni byame mugweze jere kongana majirango ni mjango akataka